Tired of having a cough or a child with a cough? Nowadays, it can be embarrassing, distracting, and it can be really hard to sleep. I've been using essential oils for over 11 years now with 6 kids, and I know the essential oils for coughs that work. And so I want to show you what works fast and the 3 different ways that you can use them. Welcome to my channel. I'm Stacy Paulson. I'm an essential oil educator, health and business coach, and I've been using essential oils for over 11 years. So I've been learning how to use them through all stages of life. And I was a former skeptic turned believer, and now I'm obsessed with helping others learn how to use essential oils to naturally take care of their health. If you feel called to more, make sure that you like this video and click the red subscribe button and bell notification. I often get asked, do essential oils work for coughs? What essential oils stop coughing? What is the fastest way to get rid of a cough? As well as what can I diffuse for a dry cough? And what can I use for my kids' cough? So I want to answer these with 3 different ways that you use oils, and then the oils that I specifically use for coughs. Now, the most effective way of the 3 ways to use essential oils for coughs is internally. Now, I have to say that not all essential oils are made equally, and so not all of them you're able to actually consume. So you'll want to make sure you check the label, and I only use certified pure tested grade from doterra, and the reason why is because of the quality of the oil. I know that it's pure, there's no contaminants, it's not going to be toxic. If you are using oils that you can't use internally, then this doesn't apply. You can skip to the other 2 ways that you can use them for coughs. But I love doterra's On Guard blend, which is a protective blend, and it contains cinnamon, clove, wild orange, eucalyptus, and it's amazing for helping to get rid of that cough really fast. So the first way that you can use this is you can just put a drop right in your mouth, and then you swallow, and you might want to follow that up with some water. It's pretty intense, so that's not for everyone. Another way to do it, which is not quite as intense, you get a little bit less oil, is put a drop on your hand right there, and you lick it. That's the cleanest part of your hand. And then another way that you can use these is doterra has these On Guard beadlets, and it's a 1/3 of a drop of the On Guard blend. It comes in a little ball like that, and you can put it in your mouth, and you just pop it, and then you swallow it. This is great for kids because it's a little less intense, easy to do, and then if you're out and about, it's just an easy way to get the oils in you. Another cool thing they have are these On Guard lozenges, throat lozenges, and so you can just suck on one of those if you know that oftentimes at certain times, or you want to make sure you don't have the cough when maybe you're giving a talk in church or something, that you can use these proactively. Another thing that I found is that if you use a hammer and just kind of crush it up in there, because you don't always need that whole thing, that you just grab a little piece of it. This is great for kids who might need a smaller bit. So those are some ways that you can use that. Another thing that you can do is you can make your own throat spray. So if you have empty bottles, I usually just save all of my bottles. I have a little jar over here, and you can pop off that orifice thingy like this, maybe. You just pop that off, and you can buy these little spray bottles, and you just measure it to about you can cut off that little wick. I have this an empty On Guard. I will fill this up with water and maybe put 10 drops of On Guard in it. It already has some residual from being old, and then you can just pop on the lid, and then it's a spritzer. So that's an easy one, especially if you have a cough often. Another thing that you can do is that you can gargle. So if you get a shot glass or a little jar of water and just put a couple of drops of On Guard in there, then you can take it and you can gargle. What I do with my kids is they will gargle and then they spit, gargle, spit, and then on the 3rd time I have them swallow, so it gets a little bit deeper down in there. So this is really good if you're at home or you're a place where you have water that you can do that. If not, then the on-the-go ways are the ones that you want to use. As a mom, okay, you can tell that I'm a mom of 6 kids. So sometimes this is what I do because they don't want to taste it. They don't necessarily want it on their tongue. I will put a drop on my hand, and then I will take some fractionated coconut oil on my hand, and then I rub my finger in it, and they open their mouth, and I actually just put it back there. They almost gag, but not quite gag, but it gets it back there so it's not in their tongue, because I do have one daughter that doesn't like it, but she'll say, yeah, you stick your finger down my throat. So that's just another option for the coughs. You can also make, this is kind of the up level, you can also make a little tea in a cup. Peppermint tea works great. and then put your On Guard, and then I will also put lemon and tea tree in there with the On Guard, and you can just be drinking it, and it's very soothing to your throat. One thing that I recommend, that if you're ever doing it with water, if you're gargling or if you're drinking that with On Guard or oregano, you put a little bit of chapstick on your lips. It prevents a little bit of the burning that might, it's kind of intense. Some people don't like it. My kids don't like it, so they'll put chapstick on before they either gargle or drink the little homemade tea. And I would love for you to comment below if any of this has been helpful, if you have any questions about it, or if there's other things that you have used internally to help with the cough. The second way that you can use essential oils for coughs is topically, so putting them on. So putting them on your throat, putting them on your chest. Now I love using Breathe. It's a blend from doterra and then also frankincense essential oil. That combination seems to work really, really well for a cough. So this would be either during the day, you want to put them on. If you don't love the smell, this might be something that you just do at night that's proactive to help you to sleep through the night so that cough doesn't come. Or if it does, that you can be putting those on, rubbing them in. So what I recommend though is that you dilute them. If you're using the Breathe and frankincense together, then use some fractionated coconut oil or olive oil, which does kind of stain your clothes. So that's why I like fractionated coconut oil or lotion. And especially if you're putting them on for your kids, just put a couple drops with that, and then you can rub it on there, rub it on your chest. doTERRA does have, these are called touch oils, so these are already pre-diluted in a roller bottle, so you can just rub them on. And I recommend if you rub it one on, the next one you put in your hand and then rub it on, so that you're not getting cross-contaminating oils with the roller bottle. And then also, we have a cough blend that we created. It is the Breathe and the frankincense together with fractionated coconut oil. We just put it in a roller bottle, put a little label on it, cough blend. And this is one that's great on the go, can be in your bag, can be in a backpack, in a purse, at the office, wherever, that you can be rolling that on your throat. Now, if you want to up-level this, maybe it's a little more intense of a cough, that you can use like a heat pad after you put them on. I like using rice packs or wheat packs. This one is just one that I made. It has wheat in it, sewed it up. If you're not a sewer, you can get like an old sock and then knot it off at the end, and then you put it in the microwave for a couple of minutes and heat it up. And then just make sure it's not too hot for your skin, and then you can put that on. You can also get a hot washcloth that's wet with hot water, and you wrap that around and then maybe wrap another cloth around. I remember my mom doing this and waking up with that wet cloth, but you can take it off. But it just drives the oils in deeper, so it's kind of the up-level topical use of essential oils. Also, I have a great beginner's guide that you can grab that will help you get started with oils if you already have them in your home, or if you're going to be getting started, want to dive in, you can go ahead and grab that below. Okay, so the third way that you can use essential oils for coughs is by diffusing, breathing them in. You actually, when you breathe them in, part of those will go down into your throat and can help with those coughs. And it's a super easy way to do that. It helps with preventing those. Sometimes I will just, I can feel something coming on, so it's a way that you can do it. It helps to boost your immune system throughout the night if you're diffusing throughout the night, and it also may help other people in the room, so it's not just benefiting you. So I love to use the Breathe and frankincense. And then you can also add lavender to that if maybe it's nighttime, help with the sleep. Now there's 4 different ways that you can diffuse. The most effective way that you can diffuse essential oils is through a nebulizing diffuser. So this is one of those. What it has is some water and a little disc that vibrates really fast, and then you put some oils in, and the oils attach to the water molecules that are put into the air, and they're in such fine mist that they stay in the air 2 to 3 hours after it's turned off. So it's one of the most efficient, effective ways to use oils, because you use a small amount, it affects everybody in the room, and it lasts a really long time, and that you're consistently just breathing them in. Now I have another video coming up where I do a review on diffusers so that you can be guided in what's most effective for you, cost effective for you, so you can grab that. If you subscribe, it will be coming up next, so hit the red subscribe button if you want to be notified of that one. Now the next way that you can diffuse is, I love aromatherapy or essential oil inhalers. They look like this, and you make them yourself, and there's a wick inside that has the oils on there, and you just breathe it in. And so these are an easy on-the-go way to diffuse. that it's in your car, purse, backpack, you name it, that it's an easy way to just bring that out, or maybe you can't bring a diffuser everywhere. But if you're sitting at work or in your home, going to bed, you can diffuse, and that's the most effective way. But the next one would be using a little inhaler. You can check the cards there, or in the description, I'll link the recipes that I have for essential oil inhalers and diffusing, as well as how to make these inhalers. They're super inexpensive and they last a couple of years. And then another way that you can diffuse is through jewelry. So these are diffusing beads, they're lava beads, and you just put a few drops of oils on there. And throughout the day, you can just be smelling those. This is also a diffuser necklace, so there's a little felt pad in there. You can open it up, put the oils on there, and then just breathe it in. So that's an on-the-go way of diffusing. And then the last and simplest way that you could diffuse is actually just breathing it straight from the bottle. So those are some options for you for essential oils and coughs. Make sure that you check out this playlist here or this recommended video here for more essential oil tips, and make sure that you grab the freebies that I have for you down below.